Just a quick thank you to everyone who's been using my EA creator code. It really means a lot. If you're picking up new Sims 4 packs, just enter SimmerySims as the promo code at checkout in the EA app or on the Sims website and click apply. It won't give you a discount, but it is a totally free way to support me and my channel. Thank you again, and happy simming! Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I am building a house on the beach, and let me tell you that I would very much like to live here right now. I would literally give anything to move to Sulani at the moment. It is so hot in here. If you are hearing my fan in the background, I apologize. She can be a bit loud, though I'm not sure if my mic actually picks it up. I hope not, but who knows. So yeah, the fan is on. Otherwise, I would literally be melting into a puddle in this voiceover here on screen right now, and I don't really want that to happen. That doesn't sound very pleasant, but I still also want to upload videos and do voiceovers and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have AC, so yeah, it tends to get really hot here in my tiny little office. So we're doing the best that we can, and I'm here trying to get through a voiceover, and I'm actually really excited about this house. I think this turned out so cute. Every year in the summer, usually, yeah, especially in the summertime, I'll get the urge to build in Sulani. Sometimes during like midwinter or something, when I'm over the winter time and I am basically manifesting nicer weather, that's also a time for me to usually like build something, like a little something in Sulani. But especially right now in the summertime, while melting away in my hot little office with my fan blowing, I just dream of being in Sulani, and that's when I like to build houses here. So yeah, today we're building a cute little family home. It is actually literally just a square with some porches added onto it, and then a bump out on the side and a bump out in the back, because I'm still me and I could never build just a square and make it look good. I always need my little bump outs, so that's what I did for this one as well. And obviously, since it's in Sulani on a tropical island, I thought there was going to be some indoor-outdoor living here, so I really wanted there to be a couple of porches for this family to just hang out and do some outdoor living as well. So that was something that was very important here. And this lot, I actually don't build on this lot very often. This is the lot in Sulani where I can't really read the name. It's a little small for me, but I think it's Ohanali Beach or something like that. I'm probably mispronouncing that, which I'm so sorry. But it is the lot where by default there is actually a beach located, so a community beach for Sims to visit. And that's why I basically just never build here, which is strange because it never really stops me in any other worlds to just bulldoze the community lot and build a house there. But for some reason here, this beach lot, I never build on. It's probably because there's a residential lot basically right next to it that is also really cute and that I really like to use for building smaller houses. But this lot is just ever so slightly bigger. I think this is a 30 by 30. And that was perfect for what I was looking for what I wanted to build, because as you can tell, it's not the largest family house. It's actually pretty small, but it's definitely a family house I was thinking of a family of 4 Sims, 1 single mom and then 3 kids, a teenager, a kid, and a toddler. But you could obviously also have 2 parents, and then that would make 5 Sims total. I was also thinking that they would have a cat. I just really thought that that would be a cute little addition to this household as well, so I added stuff for a cat in here. But yeah, that's basically the family that I was building this for. And essentially I was looking at a picture of a house that was also like a coastal house, and it kind of looks like that was also just a square. I was inspired by the roof line for that house, so that's essentially what I went for, and then also the front porch a little bit. And that house was like a light blue siding, so I was very much inspired by the color as well. I thought that would look really, really cute on the beach. So that's why we're building it here on a tropical beach. At first, when I saw the picture of the house I was looking at, and you can probably kind of tell by the style of house in general, I was more so thinking of the Brindleton Bay coast and like a coastal home by the beach in Brindleton Bay. I think that's where this house would look really cute as well. And then I was like, you know what? I really have the urge to build in Sulani, so let's see if we can make this essentially this like coastal sort of suburban little house look good on a tropical beach. And I feel like it sort of blends right in. It looks so cozy. I really like the colors that I went for. You can't really tell right now, but well, actually you sort sort of can tell right now, because as you can see, I'm using a light blue siding, and then that really light, almost white-ish looking wood for the floors. And I basically just continued that color scheme on the inside as well, where I used really light wood floors and then very light colors like beiges, sand tones, but then also some blues and like yellows and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely very coastal themed in that regard as well. And I just think that this turned out really cute. At least I had a lot of fun building this, because it's been a minute since I've done just your everyday like cozy family home that's a little bit cluttered, a little bit messy, because there's a lot of family life going on here. It's been a minute since I've done that. At least that's what it feels like to me. I know I did a family base game home the other day as well. That was kind of cluttered, but there's something different about just base game homes. Like the vibe is just a little bit different. The clutteriness overall is just a little bit different in a base game only house. So this one's definitely more on the cluttered side, and I was definitely having a lot of fun just trying to tell a story through the clutter in this house as well. And then here I absolutely wanted to use some vines on the side of the house. The window situation here it makes a lot of sense for the inside of the house, but for some parts of the exterior, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I was trying to make that, like, to sort of, you know, hide that with some trees and some vines and whatnot. And I feel like it really adds to the realism of the house as well. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then I just got started on landscaping. For some reason, landscaping on the beach, I always just really enjoy it so much. I just tend to look around at the little like greenery patches that you can sort of see around with the low-lying bushes and then some flowers and palm trees and whatnot. And I usually try to just mimic that around the house as well, and just trying to fill up parts of the lot and really try to seamlessly blend it in with the surrounding area. And I think particularly for this one, that turned out really, really nicely. I did some landscaping by the water and stuff. I always say this, I don't know how realistic it is to like do this amount of landscaping on the beach, but you can kind of see it around in the surrounding area on the sand as well. So I guess maybe at least for the game, like for Sulani, it makes sense. Don't know if it makes sense in real life. I've actually never been to a place like Sulani, but like the real life equivalent of it. I've never been to like a tropical place like that before, so I would kind of love to at some point in my life. I think it'd be a really, really amazing experience. But yeah, I've actually never been to a place like this, so I guess I'm sort of living vicariously through my Sims and through the game, and just like building in Sulani and having a great time trying to place some coral in the water as well. I always think that that looks so, so pretty, and I don't know, I always feel weird not landscaping, I guess, in the water, because it feels so empty to me, which is so silly. So usually what I'll do is I'll place some coral in the water and just like fill that up a little bit as well, which is so silly, but I do think it looks really pretty. And then out here I wanted to you know, make the, I guess, side yard of the house a little bit more functional. So I placed a swing set for the kids to use, though adults can use swing sets too, so that's really fun. I also placed a picnic table, and then I placed, or kind of parked, I guess, a canoe outside in the water as well. I thought that was really cute. I did forget to play test it, so I don't know if Sims can reach it where I place it in the water, but I thought it would look cute next to the dock, so it kind of looks like it's secured there. I thought that would make sense, but obviously gameplay wise, if you want to use it and it's not functional or they can't reach it over there, you can just grab it and plonk it somewhere else in the water, and then your Sims should be fine. So it's a really easy fix if it's not actually functional. And then I'm just placing some extra little decorations on the exterior of the house. I was thinking that maybe I wanted to make the roof look a little bit older with some like holes and like some wear and tear on the roof, but I decided not to do it because I just kind of liked the cleaner look for this house. I'm definitely thinking that it's probably a bit of an older house, but maybe they've been doing some renovations to it, or, you know, maybe they've just recently redone the painting on the outside or whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of. But you can see that the wood on the outside on the porches looks like it has a little bit more wear and tear to it, so that looks a little bit older, and you know, you can tell that this house has you know, it's been around for a while, and that's kind of what I was going for too. It just gives the house a little bit more personality, I want to say. Then here out front we have the first porch. I actually started by just decorating the outdoor spaces for this house, so I just went around and decorated the porches. I thought it would be nice to have a nice seating area here by the front door. And I also, by the way, I really like the doors and windows that I'm using. the front door and the windows are from Growing Together. I really like the white frames and then the light blue like inside of the door and like the window, if that makes any sense. I just really like the details and the colors were so perfect. I was gonna use the cats and dogs windows at first, and those were really nice as well, but then I tried out these ones and I feel like these look so much better even. So yeah, that was a really fun thing to find. And then I also had to use those just by default open bifold doors because this is in Sulani. So I wanted there to be a lot of like indoor outdoor living. I just have the doors open. Also off of the office, I created like a manual open door with just an archway and then a door kind of alt placed on a diagonal so that it looks like an open door, so all the doors are open. I know sometimes it's like very rainy in Sulani as well, but the open doors, it doesn't really matter to The Sims, like in gameplay wise, it doesn't really matter. So I always like to use the open doors and archways and stuff for houses like this. And then off of the back porch, we also have this little sunbathing area, I guess, that kind of goes farther out into the water. I thought that that would be a really cute extension or a little addition to the house. I will say this family that I had in mind, they do have a toddler, so I feel like you should be really cautious, even though that's not an actual thing that you have to keep in mind when you're doing gameplay. This is The Sims, we literally can do anything and that stuff doesn't matter, but it definitely was giving me a little bit of anxiety when I was thinking about it building this house. Just the toddler like crawling around outside and just right by the water. I feel like they would definitely have secured areas for the toddler to, you know, hang out and just have that be very secure and closed off. But that's not something I actually added to this house because it was kind of ruining the vibes. I didn't really like how it looked, so I didn't do that. But then after that, we're moving on to the inside of the house. Like I said already, the house itself is not super big, but I feel like space-wise, I had more to work with than I initially thought I would. It's just a little bit of a square-looking house, and then it has a couple of smaller bump outs. I did also add laundry, by the way, which I do think a lot of people find very annoying gameplay-wise, and I totally get that because it tends to be pretty glitchy from time to time. Usually when I play with laundry in the game, it doesn't happen very often, but when I do, it'll work for a little while, and then at some point, the laundry baskets or the machines or something, they'll start to glitch out, and that's when I'm over it and when I just delete it out of my game. But for realism purposes, since I really was embracing that family, wholesome family gameplay, a little bit chaotic, a little bit messy, that's definitely what I was trying to go for here. So I felt like a little laundry space would be so cute. That's actually off of the kitchen that I created that. So yeah, that was actually the perfect spot for it. It's a little pantry laundry room crossover, I guess. So that was very realistic for this one. Here in the living room, I'm actually using a lot of furniture, or a lot. A lot is a little bit of an exaggeration, but still, I definitely am using a couple of pieces from the Growing Together expansion pack. Since I was using those doors and windows, or at least a door and then the windows from that pack, it kind of stuck with me, and I wanted to use or try to use some more pieces from that pack in this house. And it actually ended up working out really nicely. I'm using that couch in here. I don't use this couch very often, but I think it fit the color scheme perfectly, like the white and then the light beige, like sandy tones I thought were so perfect in here. And then also that TV cabinet was so pretty that I just placed on a diagonal. And then I have a bit of a mismatched chair from Cottage Living with the flowers. I just thought that that was really pretty and it looked kind of thrifted in here, or maybe it's like a piece of furniture that has been in the family for years, for multiple generations maybe. I thought that could probably be a cute idea. So yeah, I was kind of trying to go for a mix and match of different furniture pieces. I also ended up placing some stuff for gaming. We have a gaming console and then a little controller as well, because I was thinking that the teenager in this house probably likes to game from time to time. Storyline wise, I was building this on stream and we were kind of thinking about it, and we were talking about this pack and how we wish there was some sort of like pirate career or something in the game, even if it was just a rabbit hole. That would have been such a cute addition to have like some sort of a pirate career in this game. I think that would be so fitting for the quirkiness of The Sims and just a really funny addition for the Island Living pack. We were kind of talking about that and thinking of the storyline for this family, and not that we were thinking about them as pirates, but we were definitely thinking that maybe, because at first I was thinking of a single mom, and then we were like, but what if the mom's partner is away for longer periods of time because they are a captain of some sort on a ship. And I thought that would really be a fun little storyline as well, where the partner of the parent, or maybe the other parent, they are together, but they're away for longer periods of time, maybe like, I don't know, a month at sea and then a month at home or something like that. I don't really know how that stuff works, but I feel like that could be a fun storyline as well. It's obviously not really something you can actually play out in the game because we don't really have that sort of career. But storyline-wise, I thought that would be a cute little thing to kind of think about as we were decorating this house. So that's definitely a possibility. Or you can just go with the storyline of a single parent trying to, you know, keep this house clean and look after the kids, and then probably also work at the same time. And every time I try to think of a storyline for a family here in Sulani, I think about what kind of job they would have, and I always think of that one job that comes with the Sulani pack, the Island Living pack, and that's, I forget what it's called, but I think it's something environment related, where they clean up the island, they work on the environment and make sure that the quality of life and like sea life and stuff is healthy, or at least they try to look after it, something like that. I forget what it's called exactly, but that's the career I was thinking of. So maybe that's what the mom is doing as well. She's really trying to you know, work on the island and the quality of life for nature here as well, but also for the people, obviously, and something like that. So that could be a cute job. She would also, I was thinking of a single mom, and I was also thinking that it'd be cute if she was a teacher. I could see that for her as well. I don't know why, but I thought that would be cute. In any case, I created this little study or office, home office here as well, off of the living room. So it's just a really small area with a desk and a computer. So I was thinking that maybe the mom sometimes works from home as well. And then she has her little office right there. And then after that, we got started on the kitchen. This floor plan is a little bit more closed off in the sense that the kitchen is in its separate room, but then the living and dining are in one space, as you could probably already tell. But then in here, I'm using the Parenthood kitchen cabinets, which I actually have not been using in a very long time, because all I've been using are those newly added base game counters that came with an update back in February, I think. It's already been such a long time and still they feel brand new to me, but I just can't stop using those base game counters. I think they're so incredibly good. But for this one, I came across the Parenthood ones, and this swatch is absolutely perfect. The backsplash that I'm using, by the way, is from the Sleek bathroom kit, which was also absolutely perfect. That light beigey sand color was just really perfect, especially combined with that blue wallpaper and then the white and beige countertops. It's just really such a neutral tone. I don't know, it just feels very serene and just very calming to me. And then with the blue as well, that's just, it feels very calming and nice. So that's what I went for in here. And then the shape of the kitchen is, you know, pretty generic. I did go ahead and clutter it up all the way. I was having so much fun with the clutter for this house that I didn't actually even end up keeping one countertop free of clutter, so the kitchen is functional. So essentially, the way I cluttered this up, the way I decorated this, the kitchen is not even functional because I cluttered it up all the way. But it's a very easy fix. There is a countertop next to the stove, and not the one next to the fridge, but then the other one by the window next to the stove on the left side. I'm gonna clutter that one up all the way, but if you want to use this for gameplay, you can very easily just delete the clutter off of this countertop and then you should be good to go. It should be an easy fix. You could also try to do that maybe for the corner counter. I think that should work too, but sometimes the corner counters give me issues and Sims don't want to use them regardless, even if there's no clutter. So it's kind of annoying. Sometimes that just doesn't work. So just to be safe, you could always delete the clutter off of the countertop to the left of the stove and then you should be fine. And I'm literally just using kitchen clutter items for the decorations in this kitchen. I am so obsessed with that pack, especially for family homes like this or just family spaces. It is just really, really nice and just such a great addition. I think that this is my favorite kit that has been released so far. I also really like the everyday clutter, blooming rooms. All of the creator kits are out of this world amazing. But I don't know, it's just the everyday or the kitchen clutter kit. I've used it every time, like for every build ever since it came out, except for like base game only builds or something, if I wasn't allowed to use any packs, or not allowed, but if I wasn't using any packs, then obviously I didn't use it. But for the most part, I keep using it for every single build ever since that kit came out. It's just so good. It's also because we just don't really have a lot of other clutter items that look like the kitchen clutter kit. It's really a pretty unique kit and the first one of its kind, if that makes any sense. We have some kitchen clutter in the game, obviously, but it's just so easy to just filter for that one kit and then all the items and then use them to your heart's content and clutter up the entire kitchen. It is just, it's amazing, really. What can I say? And then here downstairs, we also have a full bathroom. We actually do have 2 full bathrooms in the house. This one downstairs is the only one with a tub, though. We have a shower tub combo here. And then the whole bathroom upstairs has just a shower. So if you want to give your toddler a bath, then you can, but you can only use the downstairs bathroom for that. And then we're moving on to the second floor. So over here we have the landing. The landing isn't too interesting or spacious. It's kind of a smaller space, but I still want it to, you know, I want it to have it like tie into the rest of the house. So I wanted to place a little dresser that's probably just full of, you know, games and other things. It's probably one of those junk drawers where you just put in all the things that you just want out of sight, you know. We also have some extra storage for books up here. I thought that white bookcase, I literally never used this bookcase in the white swatch, but for this house it was absolutely perfect. So it's one from the kids room stuff pack, I think is what it's called. So that was perfect. And then for the rest, we just have a nice tall mirror up here and a little scratching post for the cat as well. I actually ended up placing a litter box for the cat even as the very last item, because of course I forgot to place it at first, but I ended up placing one outside on the porch. We had more than enough space over there. So that actually ended up being perfect. And then here, the first bedroom that I'm decorating is going to be the main bedroom for the single mom. I thought that this bed from Growing Together worked so nicely in here with the lighter wood, or the honey wood really, and then that really nice teal bedding on it. I just thought that that was so pretty in combination with this more neutral pinkish almost kind of wallpaper, or more beigey, I guess. But it just looks really good. And then this combined with this dresser in the matching wood color from Island Living was just a really nice combination of items. And then I came across this really large mirror as well that I forgot about. I'm not exactly sure what pack that mirror is from. I don't really remember, but I think it looks really, really pretty. And then I also had to not forget to place hampers in these bedrooms either, because we are using laundry in this house. So I definitely had to, you know, not forget to place hampers. I don't think I placed a hamper in the toddler's room, but then I did place one here and also in the kids and teens shared bedroom. I forgot to mention that, but the kid and teenager are actually sharing a bedroom. And then there's also a hamper obviously downstairs in the laundry space as well. So laundry wise, I feel like you should be good to go, but I don't know. I'm never entirely sure when it comes to laundry day what it wants or how it works best. It's a little bit tough to say. But here you can see the room come together. I thought this rug was really pretty in here. I felt like it tied together the colors kind of nicely. It doesn't really match the bedding, which I also sort of liked. It's a little bit more realistic that way. I feel like maybe some people have bedding that literally match all the colors of the room perfectly, but that could not be me. Maybe if I had a nice house with a nice bedroom, I would put in an effort to do that, but that's not me whatsoever. So I felt like that was pretty realistic to do that here as well. And then the mom actually also has a little balcony attached to her bedroom, so that is really nice, especially her being a single mother with 3 kids. I felt like she really deserved a little balcony just for her, just a space for her to unwind and relax and drink her coffee and read her book outside and enjoy the view over the ocean. That's really something I felt like she needed. And then I came across these really cute toys also from Growing Together. They're not actually functional toys. I think these are just decorative, but I thought they were so cute, and they're kind of pirate themed even, which was just absolutely perfect for what we were, you know, it tied right back into what we were already talking about earlier when I was building this on stream. So those toys were perfect, and I placed them outside by the swing set to sort of mimic a nice play area for the kid mostly, and for the teenager when they were younger. I was thinking of the teenager as, you know, maybe like a younger teenager, maybe 14, maybe even just 13 years old, but I'm thinking kind of like 14 is what I was is what I was seeing for them. And then their slightly younger sibling who's probably around, I don't know, like 9 or 10 or something like that. And then there's also the toddler, obviously. How old are toddlers? I can never really tell. Are they like 2? I don't know. Are they like 2 or 1 or something? I'm not sure. Maybe 3, something like that. And then here, as you can see, we have the shared bedroom for the kid and the teenager. So the kid is sleeping in the top bunk, and then the teenager is sleeping in the lower bunk, I guess you could say. I just placed a double bed in here because I really wanted to use a high school years double bed and clutter up a space here with a bunch of plushies. I don't really know what their personalities would be like or what they would be into really. I didn't really think about that, but I did know that I wanted the teenager to have a plushie collection, so that's sort of what we tried to mimic here by using all those cute plushies from mostly Love Struck, I think. And then the little tiger one is actually from For Rent. I really like that one. It's pretty difficult to find in build mode. I think it's in debug somewhere. So yeah, that's where I found it, and it just looks really cute. And I wanted this room to look pretty messy and cluttered because it is a teenager and a kid sharing the room, and it's not that big of a space. So you just know that it's definitely going to be a little bit more on the cluttered side of things. So that's kind of what I was trying to do here as well, with all the laundry on the floor and the pile of clothes on the chair. We all have that chair, so I figured it would be only fair to have one in this room as well. And then the teenager also has a little desk space here. I do know that I didn't really place a lot of items for the kid in general, so I feel kind of bad about that. But I was kind of pretending that they're probably a kid that likes to play outside all the time. So they're probably either always swimming, you know, playing with the dolphins in the water, or just building sand castles, using the swing set outside. I did give them a creativity table in their bedroom though, so they do have that as a skill building item and as an activity, I guess. But then most of the space in this room is actually being taken up by the stuff that the teenager probably needs for school, so, and they just have a bigger bed in general that takes up a lot of space as well. But here, as you can see, they have a desk here, and I was kind of trying to make it look like they enjoy gaming, like I explained earlier, because we do have that gaming console downstairs by the TV. They don't really have their own gaming setup in here though, but I did try to give them some posters and just some gaming looking little clutter items from the Comfy Gamer kit. I really like that kit as well, by the way. That's definitely also one of my favorites. It's so good. So yeah, that's basically what I was doing here. And then we also have one more hall bathroom up here that I actually did decide to just keep in the video this time around, just, you know, to have it fully complete. But this is a slightly smaller bathroom where we just have a shower and then a sink. We do have some counter space in here though, so that's kind of nice for some additional clutter. I do feel like, you know, everyone is using this bathroom, so it's probably very cluttered with everyone's bathroom stuff, I guess, everyone's products and whatnot and towels and everything. So yeah, I kind of tried to clutter up the counter space in here, definitely using some items from the Sleek bathroom kit because it's just so phenomenally good. It is absolutely amazing, but then also some mismatched towels in some brighter colors, and really try to make this look like a family bathroom that's kind of used by everyone and a little bit messy in that sense. I also remember to place a potty. I was actually reminded by someone in chat when I was building this on stream, so I quickly placed a potty. And then last but not least, we have the litter box outside on the back porch. But then that's it for this build, so let's jump into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the house in the game. I feel like it blends into the surrounding area kind of perfectly. This area in general is just so pretty. There's even a little secret beach in the back here that is just absolutely stunning. Sulani is one of the prettiest worlds that we have in the game, I feel. Even after all these years, I just really like it. So yeah, here we have the front with the front porch, of course, and then the swing set. I feel like a lot of living for this family just goes on out here though. So we have this sunbathing area over here. I also placed a yoga mat. And then on the porch here is where we have a 4-seater dining table. You can see that they probably had some breakfast over here. And then there's also a grill and of course an outdoor bin and some seating seating in the back. And the same goes for the front. We have some seating going on over here as well. So I feel like they use this a lot. And then inside, you can see that the floor plan's actually pretty simple. So we have this entrance area over here that I already tried to clutter up really nicely. We also have a burglar alarm and then a nice cat tree over here as well. Oh, when I placed this, I think the rug placed under the cat tree at first. Maybe I just missed that. I don't know. It's okay though. It's okay though. It's not too much of an issue to me. Through this archway here is the living and dining room. So this is pretty cluttered. As you can see, we have some toys. There is a TV, a console. We have some bookcases here. I don't think this bookcase is functional because I placed a chair in front of it, but then this one is, so that's good for gameplay. There's a 4-seater dining table here in this space, some additional storage, a cat tree, and I just really like this open bifold door that basically just connects the living room to the porch. It is such a dream. Attached to the dining is this small home office. Nothing too fancy, but it is really nice and functional. And then over here is a full bathroom as well with a shower tub combo. Through this archway over here is the kitchen. It is very cluttered, as you can see. This is the countertop that I was talking about in the speed build. You can just delete these clutter items and then the kitchen should be fully functional, but I was having a little bit too much fun with all this kitchen clutter in here. There's also a high chair for the little one, and then through this archway is a little pantry slash laundry room. Also, again, if you don't want to play with laundry, it's very easy to just delete and turn it into a pantry completely. On the second floor, we have 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, but starting off with the landing, this one's pretty simple. I really like this rug here, by the way. I think that looks really good. I think it's from For Rent, and I sized it up a little bit. We just have some storage, an extra bookcase, and then this room right here is the mom's room. I really like this one. It's very relaxing looking. I love the little plants over here. We have this bed with the really beautiful bedding. This painting tied into the colors perfectly as well. And then there's a sliding door here out to a little private balcony, if you will. She has been drinking her coffee, reading her books out here. So yeah, that's very cute. The smallest bedroom over here is for the toddler. This one is not too cluttered, but it is nice and lived in. We have some toys just on the floor for them to play with, and then a nice changing table as well. And over here is the shared teens and kids room, which is very, I guess, blue, pink, yellow, teal. There's a lot going on here. It's a little bit mismatched. I really like this shelf with all the plushies. I just think that that is so adorable. There's a bunch of clutter on the floor, which Sims can actually walk over this, so this is not blocking the bed or anything. I did playtest that, so that's perfect. There's a creativity table for the kid and then a desk study space for the teenager over here. And over here is a hall bathroom with just a shower and then all the necessities, including a little toddler potty. But that's it for this build. So this family beach home is up on the gallery as a residential. It's pretty expensive. It comes in at just over 82,000 simoleons. I built it on a 30 by 30 in the world of Sulani on the Ohanali beach that I'm probably not pronouncing correctly, but that's where it's located. So if you want to place it in your game, then that's where it goes. But that's gonna do it for today's video, so I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery. Like I just showed you, my username on the gallery is SimmerySims. You can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is SimmerySims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you'd like to get notified every time I upload, just click that little bell icon. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmerySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!